Welcome. This is Nicole DeAvilla with 2-Minute Yoga, and I have here with us today in our #1 stress reduction tips, I have Shirley Archer, who is an award-winning author. She has her books, many books printed in, I think it's 6 or more different languages, and she's an international expert on wellness and on fitness, and she's also a yogi, so she practices yogi. So welcome, Shirley.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here.
Yes, glad to have you. So I'd love to hear what your #1 stress reduction tip is, because you travel a lot. You have homes in more than one country, as well as you're a prolific writer and speaker. And so you're not only coaching other people how to have stress reduction and their tips, but you yourself, I should just from that kind of lifestyle, must have some really good ways that you deal with it as well. So, Shirley, what's your #1 stress release tip?
Well, that's great that you asked, because it forces me to think a little bit about, what do I do? Because I'm always giving so much advice to other people. And when I really think about what helps me absolutely the most, and that's really connecting with nature, making it a priority to spend time outdoors, enjoying the sky, the trees, the freshness of the air, the touch of the weather against my skin. And what's interesting about that is there's a whole line of research on what we call green exercise, and they're finding that there's a whole host of health benefits that come from even minimal amounts of time spent outdoors in natural settings.
Oh, that's wonderful. So that's great. So just getting outside and breathing the fresh air is good for us, or sitting under a tree?
Absolutely. In fact, there have been studies that show that just being exposed to the color green increases our sense of calm. And for people who are looking to increase their physical activity, what's also interesting is that if you are exercising in a green environment, studies have shown that not only do you feel more energized, but you're able to exercise longer. It doesn't feel as hard. So you can actually do more in an outdoor environment and yet feel more refreshed than you would have had you done the equivalent amount of exercise indoors. So, and some of the other benefits include lowering our cortisol levels, which, as your viewers might know, is related to stress and is harmful to our health if it remains elevated. And it also reduces blood pressure. So there's a tremendous amount of health benefits just from being exposed to green, and also blue, looking at water, and, walking by a lake, a stream, an ocean, just enjoying the soothing aspects of nature.
That's great. So when you travel, and or maybe somebody who lives in an apartment in a city, where could they easily access it? Just going out on the street, or do they need to try to find that tree, or do you know?
Yeah, you need to try to find that more lush green environment. So if you are in somewhere like New York, I've actually lived in New York City and I've lived in Tokyo, and those are extremely concrete urban environments, but they also have beautiful parks. So you have to make an effort to get to the park and take your time and enjoy just strolling amongst the trees or even sitting under a tree. It is, when we come to think of it, it's only very recently that we're living a very modern, technologically driven lifestyle. For the most part of the evolution of the human being, we are living much more connected to the seasons and with our natural environment. So we are designed to be healthy and to really flourish when we're in a natural setting.
Yeah, oh, that's great. Thank you, Shirley. So if people want to get in touch with you, Shirley, how would they go about doing that?
Well, the best way to do that is to go to my website, which is easy. It's www.shirleyarcher.com, my name. And from there, you can access Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, whatever, if you enjoy any of those mediums more than the other. I have feeds that are connected to the site. You can write to me. I write back to people. And I also write a monthly Mind, Body, Spirit news column and share bits from that. And that's how I'm exposed on an ongoing basis to all the interesting research that talks about the mind-body connection, which is really critical because stress is a mind and body experience. So, you know, that's what, it's very unique. I'll have to share one more interesting tidbit. When you do go outside in nature, this is just a study that was recently released, they found that the way in which you walk, your posture, affects also how you feel. For example, if you are depressed, your body language will naturally show it. If you're happy, your body language will show it. I mean, this goes back to the affirmations that we use in Ananda Yoga, but what they showed is that just assuming the posture of happy and joy and energy in your walk makes you experience those emotions more. So when you go outside and enjoy nature, really make an effort to embrace it. Open your heart, open your mind, touch the earth, breathe the air, have the full experience.
Fabulous. Oh, that's great. So I'll put a link to your website in the information below the video so people can easily access that, because I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to sign up for that newsletter. I'm going to do that because I like keeping up on the research as well and getting lots of these excellent tips. I thank you for joining us today, Shirley.
Thank you. My pleasure.
You're welcome. Joy to you.